What's up everyone, it's Hey John and I jabber opportunities nonstop. In today's video, we will be covering the stock market route, the cryptocurrency route, and of course, Evergrow coin. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Dow falls 1,000 points in 7th straight down day as stock heads for worst month since March 2020. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember last year, we saw something very similar in terms of a big flash crash, and it happened for weeks on end, and then we saw a very sharp recovery. Now, currently, we do know the current administration will be in mid-year elections by November as of this year. Now, there are a few things here to keep in mind because when you have mid-year elections, and guess what? We have the current Fed, Jerome Powell. He is looking to raise rates 4 times this year. Now, meanwhile, we do understand and we do know that the Fed and the government is, in a sense, divided, and the Fed makes their monetary policy independent of what the government wants in that regard. But as you know, politics and all these things, they intertwine to some degree. So we have to see if Jerome Powell can actually stay the course and raise rates 4 times this year. I'm already seeing interest rates increase for mortgage. A few weeks ago, it was about 3.125% APR. Today, it is 3.625% APR. So we're seeing the 10-year yield increase quite significantly. Now, if you don't believe me, go ahead and reach out to your local mortgage broker and they will be able to give you rates similar to that. And of course, these rates are assuming that you are in good standing. 130 billion wiped off crypto markets in 24 hours as Bitcoin Ether dropped to multi-months low. So we can see Bitcoin is currently about 50% down from its all-time highs. As we know, the Bitcoin all-time high was around $69,000 and we're currently trading at around $34,000, so it's about half off and then some. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to ask you guys a question. What do you think about this? When you go to, say, your favorite store, say it's Nordstrom, say it is Neiman Marcus, let's say you're a tech guy, you go into, say, the Apple store, the Microsoft store, whatever your poison may be in terms of retail. Just for an example here, if you go into the Apple store and you can normally buy an iPhone for, say, $1,500, and you're seeing that, hey, that same iPhone today, it's a 50% discount. My only question to you is, what would you do? Would you walk away or would you buy it? Now, the reason why I use Apple here as an example, because we know Apple is a high-end good, which means it has a good reputation and it's high quality. So the point being here is that the Apple products are high quality. Apple stock is regarded as high quality stocks. Now, in the cryptocurrency world, if you see Bitcoin half off, and in my opinion, Bitcoin is considered a high value cryptocurrency, even though it is a storage of value play, but still it is a very high quality play in my opinion. So when you see Bitcoin at 50% off, the only question pegs, is that a good enough discount for you to buy some? I don't know. Only you can answer that question for yourself. And the reason why I use that comparison with Apple is so you guys can get a real world example in terms of what I'm referring to. Here we are, folks. We're seeing the Bitcoin liquidation for January 23rd. 267 million longs were liquidated. This means these positions were, guess what? They were taken out of context. These people are leverage traders. And what do I tell you guys about leverage trading? Never do it unless you know what the heck you're doing, because as they say, easy come, easier go. We can still see the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index now at 13. It is continuing to stay low and it's continuing to hover at this point. Now I want to come here and show you guys that over time, we've seen Bitcoin have a lull at around the 10 to 20 Fear Index. And after a while, it recovers. And usually when it recovers is when you see the next high. So ladies and gentlemen, we may see this here for the next few weeks of this consolidation at the low because the fear is very strong right now. And why is that fear so strong? Is because we're seeing the Russia FUD. We're seeing the stock market rally go the opposite direction of what you normally see in a rally. And of course, you're seeing on the news articles, you're seeing these JP Morgan Chase, these Kevin O'Leary's, Mr. Wonderfuls, the Mark Cubans, they're all bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. And as you know, when you have institutional money flowing into the cryptocurrency, well, get ready for the institutional games. Now, some folks may use the news from the mainstream media as a opposite flag. What do I mean by that? When someone like Mr. Wonderful says, hey, you know what, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, you may watch it and say, you know what, I'm doing the opposite. I'm selling my Bitcoins. Now, these are games people play here. And even though these folks, these major players, these sharks are long-term bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it doesn't mean that they aren't playing with you guys in terms of having the news come out, because there are many cynics out there that believe that whatever they say, I will do the opposite because they are doing things not in my best interest. And that probably is true to a certain degree. If your interest lies with their interest, and in that case, they do take care of you. But if you're the opposite, then obviously it doesn't work for you. Now, I wanted to cover Evergrow coin from a charting perspective here. And we can see we're currently at 6589 as of this recording. And you can see we're hitting the resistance of 6743. And it's looking like a resistance. Over the weekend, we saw Evergrow coin go a little lower, but then we saw a slight buyback. And now we're kind of coming back down again because we're seeing the cryptocurrency market as a whole, guess what? Pull back some more. Now, what do I believe is going to happen here? I believe we will test the 5444 support again. It's a matter of when and not if. The reason why I say that we will be testing this again is because I simply believe that Bitcoin is the market leader and they are currently in a bearish flag. And I believe that they will be continuing that bear flag for some time until it becomes consolidation. So we need to see how that plays out. And I believe this news cycle may last for a few more weeks. I would say, if I were to put a number on it, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So I would say somewhere in mid-February, we may see a nice bounce in Bitcoin. And of course, my favorite coin now, Evergrow coin. With that being said, from now until 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be looking for more dip buying opportunities. And of course, I always tell you guys, dollar cost average and only nibble and don't bite. Because what I mean, simply put, is that always have dry powder in your pockets because you never know what's coming. And if you're like me, a long-term investor, you want to get the best prices. And in order to get that, you have to buy over time and you have to be selective of when you buy. The best way for you guys to support the channel is by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Get $250 in Bitcoin using my BlockFi link down below in the description. Get 2 free stocks courtesy of WEBULL and get $25 in Crypto.com using my referral code down below in the description. And most importantly, have an awesome day and I will catch you all on the next one.